to Davy Provan.
It hasn't taken Alan Thompson long to make an impression at Celtic. A debut goal has been followed by a string of impressive performances on the left side of midfield. And after a disappointing time at Villa Park, he's delighted with the impact he's made at his new club.
It's always nice to get off on the right foot, and I think I've done that in some way to be in the right foot, so hopefully that'll continue.
It helps when you score on your debut as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I've yet to score in the league, so I'll be trying my hardest in the next few weeks to try and get on the score sheet.
How would you describe the difference between playing out there and playing at Villa Park?
It's very different, really. Yeah, this place is full every game. That's a big difference. Villa Park wasn't full every game. There was always probably 10 or 12,000 under the capacity. So, yeah, so that's the main difference.
Were you prepared for Celtic being as big as it is before you made the move?
I knew it was big. I knew it was a massive club, but no, I didn't think it was quite as big as what I found out how it is.
We've seen you play wide left, we've seen you play one in. What's your own preference?
I don't mind, to be honest. I do like playing in the middle. You get more involved out there, you know. You're not relying on other... When you play left back, you're relying on other people getting you the ball, but when you're in the middle yourself, you know, it's down to yourself then. But so I don't mind where I play, really. It's just I don't quite feel 100% fit at the minute, so playing out wide, it's hard work out there. I know it's hard work in the middle, but you've got to get up and down for 90 minutes when you play wide, and hopefully, you know, if I get a bit fit, I'll be able to do that a bit better.
How are you enjoying working with Martin O'Neill? How would you describe his style?
Intense, very intense. I think you know, there's no room for any, you know, sitting back and enjoying it. You know, you've really got to work, and if you don't work, you won't be in a team. And you know, that's how he gets the best out of people.
Why did the move take so long? Because we were hearing for weeks that you were on your way to Celtic, and yet it seemed to drag on a bit.
I don't know, to be honest, Davey. I heard when I was on holiday that it could happen, and then for some reason or another reason, Villa wanting more money and all that, it just dragged on a bit too long, really, and I wish it had been sorted out sooner rather than later, but you know, eventually it did happen, and I was delighted.
Were your mates in the Villa dressing room, were they surprised that you chose to come to Scotland?
No, not really. No, I spoke to a lot of the lads down there, and they were delighted, really. Said it was a great move for us and what have you, and no, I got plenty of support from them.
Is there a high regard within English football now, or certainly for the old firm these days?
Yeah, I think so, definitely, yeah. Knowing the people I've spoken to and what have you since I've come up there, and they've took a bit more, you know, kept an eye on it because I've come up and that, and they've been impressed, you know.
This is the kind of penetration that Thompson can provide for Martin O'Neill, but an Intertoto Cup appearance for Villa means he's cup tied for Celtic's UEFA Cup campaign.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah, it is. But you know, I said to someone the other day, it's the league that's the most important. Of course, Europe's important as well. It's a massive competition, and that's what everyone wants to qualify for at the end of the season. But I think this season we'd love to win the league.
When you played for Villa in the Intertoto Cup, were you aware at the time what the implications might be were you to move on?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, and there's nothing I could do about it. I was still an Aston Villa employee, and they were paying me wages. And when he said I was playing, I had to play.
I read at the weekend that you reckon that John Gregory did it deliberately.
Yeah, I think he could have done, yeah. I mean, he had other players that started the season for him the first game away at Leicester. And on that night over in Celta Vigo and down at West Brom's ground, we played there. There was other players he could have played, but he played myself instead, you know, and it was a strange one.
But looking ahead now, from what you've seen of the squad so far, obviously Rangers are strong, very strong on the other side of town. Can Celtic win this title?
Oh yeah, I think so, without a doubt, yeah. But Rangers know what they have to do. They know that they're grinding out results at the minute as well. I don't think we're playing particularly well, but I don't think they're firing on all cylinders as well. So they know that they can't slip up, and we know that we can't slip up. So it's going to be a tight one, but yeah, we definitely think we can go all the way, yeah.
Dunfermline Celtic ahead of Rangers since they won.
It was an emotional moment for Douglas as he said goodbye to Dundee supporters after the 2-0 win over Aberdeen at Pittodrie. Celtic have agreed a fee of around £1.25 million. Douglas will now discuss personal terms.
I think he looks an exceptionally talented goalkeeper. He's forcing his way in along with Jonathan into the Scottish squad at this minute, and Sullivan's in front of both of them at this stage. So he looks a very decent goalkeeper.
Celtic strangers to 6 points with the 2-0 win against St Mirren. Celtic fans may be dreaming of the title, the manager continues to play things down.
I still believe, I know I'm saying this almost ad nauseum now, they are the main side, the biggest side, Rangers I'm talking about, and we will attempt to get as close as we possibly can. We've given ourselves sort of a...
Larsson with serious intent. Ryan puts it in, it's there! Well, I said they had to relieve the tension, and they've done it brilliantly.
After we'd been together through so much, sharing so many moments.
Here's Larsson. On and through to Moravcik. He should put it away, just over. Moravcik, a little bit of space around him. Wants it with a left foot, that's a very good save. And Larsson slips. Well, I don't know what it is about the surface at Celtic Park today, but several of the players have been finding it very hard to keep their feet at crucial moments, and this was certainly one of them. But Larsson and a 1-1. Couldn't quite get hold of it. Agat using his pace to great effect. And just cuts away. Brilliant run by Agat as Larsson came in for the kill. Waiting for the break. Thompson hovering on the edge of the box, and that's it! Sutton gets his head to it. Well, that was coming. The pressure mounting and floating the ball high into the penalty area and causing this defence no end of trouble. And with the best of efforts of Turner, it couldn't be kept out. Agat goes away. Thompson to his left foot. Not far away. Lovely little touch on by Larsson. He'll get the ball back again. Beautiful play. And oh, he can't put it away. That's a very good looking ball as Nicholson comes up. Moravcik is tracking him. He did a Moravcik on him, in fact, and that's not a bad effort. I think that almost deceived Golden goal. I think he was expecting a ball played to the far post. As I said, that was almost a Moravcik touch there as he touched the ball round Luba and then went for goal himself. Tommy Boyd. Celtic trying to turn the tide slightly here. There's a beautiful ball inside, and it just passed again. Larsson, Agat comes in. Can he put it away? He's missed it. Once again, open up there by Larsson. He did everything right. And the crowd were willing to put this in the back of the net. Petrov. This time, St Mirren spread out. Thompson cutting in. Will he do it this time? No. Very good save this time. And for about the fourth time in the game, Thompson has cut in. Down that left-hand side. This time trying to finish it with his right foot. Swung out wide there and touched away. Baltacha. Right on the edge of the box, a free kick. Very clumsy effort at that. Larsson with serious intent. Ryan puts it in, it's there! Well, I said they had to relieve the tension, and they've done it brilliantly. Well, a whole cluster of players in front of him. You could tell by the mood as he shaped up to this that he wanted this himself. Boyd takes it. Well, it's going to be a free kick. There will be time for this. Outside of foot, this down and over by Healy. Well, once again, the youngster did very well to get himself into the box. The right place, at the right time, but the wrong judgment.
So, 9 wins out in O'Neill, but he won't give up his quest for a regular starting place. He's been talking to David Tanner.
Last Wednesday, Eyal Berkovic scored and was man of the match as his country beat Bosnia in a World Cup match. On Saturday, he was an unused sub for Celtic. Berkovic is now showing signs of restlessness in Glasgow.
Of course, it's not the best mood and not the best feeling to sit on the bench. But I try to be cool because also I've got my family, and I don't want to affect on my family. And I try to do my best in training, to work hard and to wait for my chance.
How does not playing affect your mentality?
I try to be normal, because if I'm going home and I be very disappointed and sad, so it's going to affect on my family, and I don't want to do it. So I try to be normal, and again to work hard and to wait. But in a moment it's not the best time, but this is life and you need to expect everything. And we'll see. In a moment I carry on and I train hard, but maybe it will come the moment that I decide to change my mind and I try to find another club. But in a moment I'm waiting, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, when do you think that moment will be? I mean, how long can you put up with being on the sidelines?
Not long, because I like the game. I want to be on the pitch, and it's very difficult for me to sit on the bench. I never used to do it, and it's very difficult for me. And also I've got my national career. This is what is the most important thing for me now. It's to play for my country, and I don't want to destroy my career in Israel. And if I want to play for Israel, I need to play regular team in my team, because I lost my fitness. I'm losing my fitness, and I don't want to do it. But in a moment I try to carry on, but I don't think it's going to be for a long time, because I want to play.
Do you see yourself being here by Christmas, by the end of the year?
I tell you, it's very, very difficult for me to leave this club, because since I came to England to play in Southampton, I told to all my family and everybody around me that I want to play in big club. And I think that Celtic is a very big club. I love this club, and I want to play for this club. But if the manager don't want me to play, so in the end of the day I need to think about moving, because I'm still young and I want to play. And I think that if I'm not play until Christmas, so maybe I consider a move, yeah. But in a moment I fight, and I'm training very hard, and it's option of the manager to give me to play or not.
How strong was Graham Souness's interest in you early in the season?
I've got a very good relationship with Graham. I think he's a great manager. He's a very good character, and we are very similar in our character. And when I play for him in Southampton, we had a very good time together. But in a moment it's fell, the deal is fell. But you never know, maybe it's come and be on again. But there is another few clubs are interesting, and we'll see.
Can you say who at this time?
No, I can't say. Sorry.
Premiership?
Yes.
In adversity, you appear to have reacted well, because a £6 million player could quite easily have mouthed off about the manager and about the club.
I'm professional, you know. This is his view on the football, and I give him all the respect. I think that in the end of the day, I think that every good player will find himself on the pitch, and this is why I'm so patient.
What do you think of the way the team plays under Martin O'Neill? Do you feel as though you can do a job out there?
I tell you the truth and fair, this is not my type of game, because Martin looking for a long ball more than short ball, and more physical, and this is not my type of game. But I think that Martin is a very good manager in his type of and his system. He's a very good manager, and in a moment you can't say nothing because
to the tip.
McPherson.
The fair weather over Celtic Park today brings the usual large crowd, and with it an optimism which reflects the confidence of both team and support, both of which are looking forward to an exciting week of domestic and European football. Well, there's no debut for Robert Douglas today, given that Jonathan Gould is to be played on Thursday in Bordeaux. Lubo Moravcik is out and Bobby Petta is in. Apart from that, no other major changes. And on the other side from Bobby Petta, DJ Agat, the Frenchman who had an absolutely explosive debut last week, running the legs of St Mirren's defence. Well, Martin O'Neill has expressed surprise that United have slumped so badly after the opening game against Celtic. Slump is a diplomatic word to use, I would think. 4 changes from the side beaten 4-0 by Hearts. McQuillan starts for Stephen Wright, as does Benitez and John Lachina. And back in the side, Craig Easton, Scottish under-21 cap, and who scored a spectacular goal here last season. The referee today is John Underhill. Well, you know, look at the league situation, and you have to say to yourself, if Dundee United get away with even a point today, it surely signifies the age of miracles is not yet over. Now, Alex Smith is a very experienced and respected coach, and he must realise that given what has been happening recently, he really has to get something special out of his side today, or else they could be in for a heavy defeat, or perhaps even a humiliation. Agat. He's aiming for goal this time, held it just a little bit too long. Thompson. Beautifully spreading the play. Petta always eager to pick it up in that area there and make for the goal line, as he does. Wow, that's remarkable. You really would have put your money on Chris Sutton finishing that off. Now, just how close was he? Beautiful play by Petta again. A touch of aggression, accuracy in the pass, and that really should have been put into the back of the net. Larson. Agat. Couldn't get any break there at all. I think they must have been watching the video of last week to see how effective this man was in a 1-2-1, and consequently they've always had that extra defender in there. Thompson's ball should curl in, and it does! So close. As that came in here, big men were up and just clipping the top of the bar. One little buzz from this man, of course, could alter things. Yes, Larson. Petrov looking for a run by Thompson, which was happening right through the middle. Prefers to put that to Petta. Little mesmeric twist to the feet there. And first time in the game he's really had clearance for a header like this, but not with the strength that he would ideally have liked, making it easy for Alan Coombe. DeVos. In comes Thompson. Little shuffle again, and again another corner kick. Well, Thompson, of course, operates on the left. That's his preferred side, much more effective with that left foot of his. But he does have that little shuffle which takes him away from defenders. There's Coombe, and that's the post. Alan Coombe missing that completely. Oh, look there. It goes wide, and there's the break. There's a little ball inside, and it's stopped in the right Lachina slid in there. There goes Larson. Just chucked away by De Vos, who's been playing outstandingly well. There he is, in the middle of the picture. Some not very complimentary remarks made by Alec Matthew about this big fella, but I think he'll just shrug them off. And it goes, and that's it. Larson again. Henrik Larsson has this ability to pick his side up, as he did at Aberdeen, almost exact replica of the way he put it in the net at Pittodrie. As I was saying, they had this defence covered so very well, and at a vital time, 11 minutes before half-time, up he pops again in a cluster of players and made it look ridiculously simple after all the huffing and puffing in front of goal that preceded it. Well, he'll be delighted by that. Must be delighted that he's got a player like Larson on his books at all that can simply get a goal when things are not just going the way anticipated. Played in there to Fuentes. Can't get it out strongly enough. That's a great save by Gould. It's always a very effective save by a goalkeeper when he's had hardly anything to do, and then suddenly up pops a shot like this, and a difficult one, hitting the ground in front of him. Never easy for a keeper, but he made it look so. Easton. There's Thompson. Corner kick. Well, Tommy Boyd not happy with it. Feels that Thompson got the last touch there. They were both into it. A lot of curl and tremendous height in it. And it's, I think, sort of appeal that ball had been over the line by the United players. Strong appeal there as that was played in, and that looked over the line. I must say, that was very, very close indeed. Well, now, when troubles come, they come in legions, as they say. There's the man who, well, I think at the start of the second half, it would be a safe bet to say that Martin O'Neill wasn't all that impressed by his 11 men out there in the first half. Yes, in the lead, yes, they missed chances, but sometimes they made very heavy weather of the way they came forward and allowed Dundee United occasionally to make interesting breaks. So expect, I think, a sharper attitude in this half. Easton simply giving it away again, though. Well, there's a Celtic manager. Big task in front of him, of course. He's wanting to win this league championship and also do well in Europe. And first real test on Bordeaux on Thursday. Up by Thompson, but nobody giving him any support there. Celtic's Thompson with it now. Agad now. Celtic supporters want him to run at this defence as he did St Mirren so very effectively. Not so much today, though. Threaded beautifully through. Sutton going in for it. Well, Alan Coombe was very brave to get down there. I think he took a knock on the head as well, as you see him going into it. Sutton going in after the ball. He had to. Belcheren did that well enough. Wants to come forward himself. There's a run by Belcheren. Oh, got into a little bit of a tangle. It's a throw at the end of the day, but the supporters like that. A little bit more aggression. And that had them rising to their feet. Boyd covering Fuentes well. He gets away with it, though. He holds on to the ball just a bit too often, Fuentes. Petter now. Can he do the same again, Agat? Oh, slack with that one, decided to go on his own. Well, I don't think you could blame him. He looked up very quickly to see if there was any cover. And there certainly was. Wovondo Atangana comes on in place of Fuentes. To Lambert. Is Valcheren. Thompson. Beautifully inside. That's a great goal. Picked up beautifully by Thompson, reading from that deep position. Well, he took it superbly well. The second goal for the club, rifling it in. I think he would have preferred the left foot, but it doesn't matter. He hit that with a great deal of certainty. Beautifully touched down to him. Pressure still on. Look how wide Sutton's gone. Petrov. Usually taken away from Petrov, and you know that's bad play when he can hold on to a ball in a position like that. Benitez, I think, has, like too many of the Dundee United players in difficult situations, held on to the ball too long without parting with it. Thompson, ooh, just the way there. Valcheren coming up. Lot of curl in it. Now, no free kick. Ball taken away. Easton with it. Lays it out well. Now Benitez. Easton tried to slip through. No offside, and that's a decided miss there by Thompson. Well, Thompson, fine player that he is, finds it difficult to score goals. Very often getting himself into good positions like that. All played well back by Mvonda. There's McQuillan, and that's in, it's an own goal. Well, out of virtually nothing, Paul Lambert, as that ball was bouncing in the most untidy way in the box. Somehow that happens to a player, even a fine player like Paul Lambert, taking it their first time and then putting it in. It's astonishing that Celtic should have conceded that after having had no trouble. I think Jonathan Gould could have been in the stand at this stage. Fizzing. Larson, Ticcolacino on very well. Larson coming in for the kill, and it's taken away by DeVos, who's been quite outstanding for United. The Canadian international at his very best. 9 minutes remaining. Oh, just over. Once again, Henrik Larsson, superb in the air. Of curling it, and nobody is there, and that's a goal kick. And the final whistle goes. A little bit of sense of relief about that cheer at the end by the Celtic supporters. It's not as if Dundee United posed any great threats in the second half, but at least they were resolute in defence and took it right down to the wire with, I suppose, a crazy goal. The first one, of course, coming from that man, Henrik Larsson, almost inevitably after near misses, popping up in the penalty area, as he so remarkably does so often to put Celtic in the lead. And then a glorious goal in the second half. Sutton laying it onto Thompson, but it still had to be finished, which it was with the right foot. And then towards the end of the Celtic 2, Dundee United 1.
We got the goals at important stages of the game, obviously, but it was always going to be a difficult game. I think that perhaps expectation was very, very high. The fact that we're top of the league at the moment and that Dundee United are bottom. I think that people will think coming to Celtic Park, oh, this should be all right. But football's not like that.
We came and we played much better than we've been.
Yes, there's no doubt about it. I mean, Bordeaux were a top-class side in the Champions League last season. I happen to think that that they're certainly the top 3 sides in France, so it'll be difficult for us.
Does this compare at all to Lyon a year ago? I know you weren't in charge then, but I think you did see some of those games.
Well, it's in many aspects it's similar in the sense it's the same stage of the competition, and Lyon also have proved themselves a very, very good side. Her own development, it'll be a test for us in that sense, you know. And please don't get me wrong, I want to do very, very well in the tournament, I really do. And tonight is a massive test for us, but in many aspects it is a test. It's precisely that there, because it'll give us an idea to see if we have made any sort of progress at all, which I think we have. Unfortunately, we're missing Sutton tonight, so we'll have to change a little thing here and there. But overall, I mean, big game for us. I want us to stay in the game so that there's a possibility or a strong probability that everything will depend on the second match at Celtic Park.
How much have your plans altered because of the absence of Sutton?
Well, he's a big player for us at the moment, you know, and he and Larson have been central to our plans. Obviously, you know, they've played together now for some time, but you have to accommodate injuries. Now we're not in the best position possible, you know, but even so, that's up to us. Every side gets injuries and they have to cope with them.
It's that old European tightrope tonight, isn't it, where you'd love to grab an away goal, but you've got to keep it tight at the back.
And you're spot on, absolutely right in both of them.
That's what makes it a bit of cat and mouse tonight. Difficult quite to decide how to go about it.
No, well, I mean, we'll still go in. I mean, we have the ability to adjust, but we'll still go in with the wide players, Bobby Petta and Didier Agat. We can change systems round for whatever it may be. But eventually, as many a manager will tell you in hindsight, systems don't win matches, you know, players do. I think the lads are up for the game, you know, as I've just said earlier, it is a test for us here. But it's a test that we are going to try and overcome.
Moravcik used to wow them in France. You'll be hoping for a repeat of that.
Yeah, I mean, I know what Lubu can do. You know, he's got fantastic ability. Tonight, I think, you're talking about European nights. Tonight, away from home, it's really important that we keep hold of the ball. That is essential for us. Don't want to be giving it away willy-nilly. And we have players who are capable of holding it. We've also got a bit of width in the side as well, too. I want to cause them problems as much as anything else. Overall, I'd be delighted if we get a goal. I'd be delighted if we won about 6-0.
We wish you all the best. Let's hope you're right. Thank
you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm sure he would.
Position he'll face